still stands by the roadside, where the children used to gather after school. Its branches lean a little lower now, like they have stories they are ready to tell. I'll walk past their last Sunday morning, after buying flowers from the market square. The woman at the fruit stall called my name, said, "Girl, I haven't seen you around here." I smiled and touched the trees' rough bark, feeling the places where we carved our initials. The rain had washed away the letters years ago, but somehow the memory stayed visible. A little cafe played an old record nearby, the same kind of song we used to dance to. And for a moment I was standing between yesterday and today. Funny how a place can keep a secret even when people leave. Some memories don't ask permission, they simply return with the breeze. The mango tree remembered, even when I tried not to look back. It remembered your laughter in the afternoon, your footsteps along the garden path. It remembered two young hearts believing every road will lead us home. But some things grow in different directions, like branches reaching for the unknown. The mango tree remembered, and somehow, so did I. My mother found the old photograph yesterday, hidden between pages of a family Bible. The corners were worn from being held too often. The colors faded, but the smiles remained. She looked at me and laughed softly. You both were always talking. I said, we had so many things to say. She shook her head. No, you had someone who listened. I carried that photograph to the veranda, where Sunday dinners used to last until sunset. The plates would stay on the table, and nobody wanted the evening to finish. I realized something while watching the children play. Not every beautiful thing is meant to stay the same. Some memories are not doors, they are windows. I spent years asking questions that had no answer. Then one quiet morning I stopped needing one. The mango tree remembered, but it never asked me to return. It held the stories we created and the lessons we had to learn. It remembered every promise, every whispered dream beneath its shade. But even roots must understand that seasons change. The mango tree remembered, and I finally let it breathe. Years later I saw you near the harbor, standing beside the boats before the tide came in. For a second, neither of us knew what to say. Then you smiled, the same small smile that always arrived before your words. You asked, "Do you still walk past the mango tree?" I laughed. Sometimes you look toward the water. Me too. We talked about ordinary things, your sister's new house, my mother's garden, the neighbor who still sings too loudly on Sundays. And somehow the years between us became smaller without disappearing. I used to think goodbye meant losing something. Now I know better. Some people leave your hands, but they don't leave your story. They become part of the road behind you, a chapter you don't tear up, a song you don't have to replay every night. 'Cause growing means accepting that love can be real, even when it changes shade. The mango tree, remember, and I remember too. Not only the days we shared, but the woman I became after you. The roots are still beneath the ground, the branches still reach for the sky. And when the afternoon rain falls, I don't wonder why. Some things are meant to return, some things are meant to remain. Some things live quietly forever in the places that knew our names. The mango tree, remember, and I finally understood. So I walk that road sometimes when the market lights begin to fade. I touch the old tree gently, then continue on my way. Because memories are not anchors, they are gardens. And some flowers bloom long after the hands that planted them have moved on. The radio was playing low in the kitchen just after 6 on a quiet Saturday. The kettle was singing, the curtains were moving, and rain was drawing little rivers down the glass. I found that old notebook behind the cupboard, the one with the faded blue cover you liked. Inside were the words we wrote after dancing, before life started changing its mind. I smiled at the corners we folded together, the places where your handwriting crossed mine. Funny how paper can keep a promise long after people run out of time. I played our favorite record slowly, waiting for the feeling I used to know. But the song came through the speakers, and somehow it sounded like it was looking for me. I used to think memories stayed still, like photographs behind the frame. But some things move quietly, some things learn how to walk away. Our song missed me while I was busy missing you. It kept playing in empty rooms, wondering what we would do. The melody remembered laughter, the words remembered our names. But somewhere between yesterday and tomorrow, I was no longer the same. Our song missed me until I finally found myself again. I passed by the little cafe near the harbor where you always order tea with too much sugar. The old man by the window still tells stories about boats returning before the weather turns. He asked me, "Where is your friend who always sang?" I laughed softly. I think he's somewhere finding his own way. He nodded like he understood something I was still learning to say. Outside, the fishermen pulled their ropes in silence. The morning smelled like salt and fresh bread. A child ran barefoot beside his mother, laughing like the world had no regrets. And suddenly I noticed the street was still beautiful, even without your footsteps beside mine. Maybe love doesn't disappear completely. Maybe it changes its clothes. Maybe it leaves the front door quietly and opens another one. Our song missed me while I was busy missing you. It carried every little moment that we thought we always knew. The record kept turning slowly, but my hand stopped reaching back. I learned some chapters are precious even when they end their track. Our song missed me until I finally came back to myself. Last Sunday after dinner with my family, my sister found the photograph in the drawer. The one from the day we danced in the garden, when everybody laughed until midnight. She looked at me and waited for sadness. Instead I smiled, not because nothing happened, but because something did. You were a beautiful season, a place I once lived, a story I still carry, but no longer need to chase. I placed the photograph beside the window where the afternoon light could touch it gently. Some memories don't need closing doors, they only need a peaceful place to rest. I spent so many nights asking the silence why you weren't standing here. But silence never promised me answers, it only gave me space to hear. And somewhere between forgiveness and acceptance, I found the woman I forgot to be. The one who laughed before the goodbye, the one who dreamed before the tears, the one who knew a heart can remember love without living inside the past. Oh, our song missed me, but I don't miss who I was. The girl who waited by the window, holding on because she was afraid to trust. Now when the record starts spinning, I don't turn the volume down. I let the memories fill the room, then I let them leave without a sound. Our song missed me, and I finally heard what it was saying. Not every beautiful melody is meant to play forever. Some songs come into our lives to teach us how to sing again. So if you hear that old record someday, and the needle finds that familiar place, know that somewhere in a quiet Caribbean morning I smiled, not because I forgot, because I remembered, and it no longer hurt the same. Mama always said, don't waste the current child. But every Friday evening I found the switch anyway. That little porch light leaned across the yard, painting a soft path over the cracked old steps. Miss Ivy next door watered her flowers, pretending not to notice what I was doing. kettle sang twice before I poured the tea. The second cup stayed where you left it, cooling into silence. Down the lane a taxi laughed through loose gravel. Someone's radio carried an old Lovers Rock tune, and the smell of fried plantain drifted from the corner shop. Everything arrived on time, except you. I told myself just one more sunset, then another found my window. Funny how hope never asks permission. It simply sits beside you like family. So the porch light waited long after the children stopped playing, long after church clothes were folded away, long after the sea swallowed the last fishing boat. If you ever wonder whether somebody kept believing, that small yellow light was my answer, burning where words could not. One Tuesday morning at Coronation Market, I reached for ginger at the very same moment as your sister. She smiled too carefully, said you've been working across the water, sleeping wherever the job carried you, writing letters you never found the courage to send. She pulled one from her handbag, still folded. My name sat there untouched by my hands. I laughed, then cried before I knew which sound had escaped first. Some stories don't break apart, they simply pause too long. Even though clocks remember the hour, they were made to keep. So the porch light waited through birthdays nobody photographed, through Christmas hymns and quiet tables, through rain tapping softly on the zinc roof. If you ever searched for the road back to me, that little yellow light never argued, it only stayed awake. Last Sunday evening, I nearly forgot. I reached for the switch, then stopped. The habit had grown older than the reason. Just then, gravel whispered beneath familiar shoes. I looked up, there you stood, gray at your temples, a little slower, holding nothing except an apology your eyes had carried for years. You said, I wasn't asking you to wait, I was trying to become someone worth returning as. The wind answered before I could. It lifted the curtain behind me, and somehow the house felt like it remembered you too. Love isn't measured by how loudly people promise, it's measured by ordinary things. The chair nobody else sits in, the recipe you never change, the birthday you still remember, the gate you oil because someone might come home. I wasn't waiting for yesterday, I was protecting the part of myself that still believed tomorrow could recognize my name. So the porch light waited, not because I was afraid to let go, but because kindness leaves a door unlocked a little longer than pride ever would. Tonight we sat together, not speaking much. The tea finally had two hands around it. The neighbors closed their windows. The old radio found another Lovers Rock song. And for the first time in years, I reached for that little switch, looked at you, smiled, and let the porch light rest. Because the one that had been calling home had finally answered. Morning climbed gently over the yard, the bubbles cool beneath my fingers. Some weights become stories, some stories become songs. 'cause they no longer need to lead the way. Your jacket still knows behind my kitchen door. I keep meaning to move it, then supper starts calling. Scotch bonnet time, a little garlic in the pot. The whole room fills with the evenings we used to borrow. Outside, rain taps softly on the zinc roof. Mr. Brown whistles while locking his little grocery shop. A minibus sighs at the corner, then disappears uphill. The house settles into its familiar creaks. I slip my hands inside your pockets today. Found a ferry ticket and a grocery list with my favorite tea underlined. Some things never learn how to leave. People think healing arrives all at once. It doesn't. It comes like daylight through old curtains, quiet enough to miss if you're looking away. Your jacket still knows the shape of my shoulders. When the evening cools, I wear it without asking permission. It carries the scent of cedar rain and roads we never finished walking. Maybe cloth remembers what people are too frightened to say. My niece borrowed the record player last month. She laughed when the needle skipped. Why don't you throw these old things away? I smiled, because how do you explain that one scratch on a vinyl record can sound exactly like somebody laughing from another decade? That afternoon I unfolded the sleeves and a tiny shell slipped onto the floor. We found it years ago, after everyone else had gone home, when the beach belonged only to footprints and the tide. You tucked it away like tomorrow could fit inside a pocket. Some promises unspoken, they're hidden in ordinary habits. Walking on the roadside closest to traffic, saving the last dumpling. Remembering how someone takes their tea. Your jacket still knows how close we once stood. Every worn seam learned our ordinary days. He remembers church bells on Sunday, market mornings with too many bags, the sea breeze catching your sleeve before it found my hair. Maybe cloth remembers what pride chooses to forget. Last week there was a knock just before sunset. I almost didn't answer, standing there. You look old and not broken, just weathered, the way fishing boats look after too many seasons and still find their way home. You laughed when you saw the jacket. I wondered where that disappeared. I held it out, then pulled it back. No, I think it belongs here a little longer. We both smiled, not because everything was fixed, because neither of us had to pretend anymore. Love isn't always the grand goodbye people write songs about. Sometimes it's a coat hook beside a kitchen door. Sometimes it's leaving space for another plate, even when you're cooking for one. Sometimes forgiveness arrives long before the person does. And sometimes the first thing to welcome someone home isn't a kiss, it's the life that quietly kept their place. Your jacket still knows the warmth of this little house. Tonight it hangs where it always has, but something has changed. The empty chair isn't empty. The kettle whistles for two outside. Children chase each other through the fading light, and somebody nearby plays an old lovers rock record, soft enough to drift through the window. Your jacket still knows now, so do you. Tomorrow I'll wash the cups. We'll argue over which record to play. You'll probably leave the jacket on the same hook again, and if you do, I'll smile, because some stories don't begin the day two people meet. They begin the day they finally come home to the life that never stopped, making room for them. Yeah. The rain came early that Thursday, drumming gentle stories on the zinc roof above my kitchen. I stood by the window, peeling green bananas, watching little rivers hurry along the roadside. Old Miss Clara pulled her washing from the line. Children splashed barefoot through puddles, laughing. And somewhere down the hill, a record player let an old lover's rock melody wander through the wet evening. My phone hadn't made a sound in weeks. I stopped expecting it. Sometimes peace arrives wearing disappointments close. Then, just as the rain began to loosen its grip, it rang. I almost let it keep ringing, not from anger, just because silence had become something I knew how to carry. He called after rain when the whole street smelled like wet earth and the sea had washed the dust away. He didn't begin with excuses. He simply said, I've been rehearsing this conversation for longer than you'll believe. Even the wind outside paused long enough to listen. I carried the phone onto the veranda where the dripping leaves answered between our words. He laughed softly. Do you still burn the toast when you're thinking too hard? I looked back through the doorway, smoke curled from the kitchen. I couldn't help smiling. Somebody who remembers your smallest mistakes has been keeping you alive inside their memory. He told me about long work days, missed buses, rooms that never felt like home, and the postcard he bought but could never find the courage to mail. Not because he had forgotten me, because he couldn't bear writing only half the truth. The heart can grow careful without growing cold. There's a difference, I learned that while waiting for words that finally found their road. He called after rain when church bells carried farther through the clean evening air. Every pause between us held more honesty than years of pretending. We had already moved on. Some conversations don't prepare yesterday. They simply open a window where tomorrow can breathe. calm enough to believe in second chances. He met me at the little cafe near the fishing boats. No flowers, no speeches, just 2 cups of cocoa tea and the jacket I'd once folded into the back of his car. You kept it, I whispered. He nodded. It still smells like cinnamon. Or maybe that's just the way I remember you. We laughed, not because everything was easy, because neither of us needed to win anymore. People think forgiveness arrives like thunder. Mine came quietly, with damp sidewalks, a warm cup cooling between my hands, and a man brave enough to stop protecting his pride. Sometimes love doesn't return with fireworks. Sometimes it simply calls. After the rain, when the noise is finally ended, he called after rain, and somehow the whole neighborhood felt washed clean. The children were back outside, the radio played from somebody's veranda. The breeze carried salt through the open windows. This time when we said goodbye, it wasn't the kind that closes the door. It sounded more like call me when you get home. And somehow those 5 simple words held more tomorrow than every promise we had ever tried to make. Tonight the rain has started again. The kettle hums softly. My phone rests beside the window, not because I'm waiting, but because I know some voices arrive exactly when the storm has finished, teaching both hearts how to listen. There's a little wooden bench by the harbor road, paint wearing thin where the sea wind leans all year. Every Saturday after the market closed, I'd stop there with 2 warm beef patties wrapped in paper. The fishermen untied their boats one by one. Brown pelicans circled the water, patient as old men. Across the bay somebody tuned a radio, and a lover's rock record drifted in with the tide. I always sat on the left. You said the right side caught more sun. Even now I leave that space alone. People passing by probably thought I was resting. They never knew I was keeping an appointment with someone who hadn't arrived yet. The bench kept quiet, it never asked while one cup cooled untouched. Oh, I smiled when footsteps belong to strangers. Wood can hold more stories than people imagine. That old bench knew the sound of your laughter long before silence moved in. One afternoon, a little girl climbed beside me, swinging her legs too short to reach the ground. She looked at the empty place beside us and asked, "Is somebody sitting there?" I laughed before I answered, "Maybe." She nodded like children do When grown folks speak from somewhere deeper than words. Her grandmother called from across the road, and before running off, the little girl placed a tamarind sweet on the empty seat. For your friend, I never told her how close she came to making me cry. Sometimes comfort arrives wearing somebody else's face. Sometimes hope borrows the voice of a child who doesn't yet know what waiting costs. The bench kept quiet, it watched fishing boats return. Heard church bells carry across the water, felt the evening breeze lift the edge of my dress. It never hurried me, it simply stayed, teaching me that fateful things don't always speak. The first Sunday in August, clouds gathered and drifted away. Without a single drop, I almost left early. Then I heard someone say, I hoped you'd still choose this place. I turned, there you were, hair touched with silver, a canvas bag over your shoulder, holding 2 paper cups from the little cafe uphill. You still take yours without sugar, you said, almost asking if it was still true. I took the cup, it still tastes the same. So did your smile? We talked until the fishing boats became little shadows, not trying to erase the years, only learning how to stand beside them. People think love survives because nothing changes. They're wrong, it survives because 2 people find the courage to become strangers and then learn each other again. Some places don't keep us trapped, they keep us honest. That bench never begged us to return, it simply remembered where we left the conversation. The bench kept quiet, but today it held our laughter again. The sea answered with gentle waves, a passing taxi carried music through open windows. Somewhere nearby, someone was grilling sweet corn, and the evening smelled like ordinary happiness. I looked at the empty place where I'd waited for so long. It wasn't empty anymore, not because time had gone backward, because we had finally walked forward to meet it together. The bench kept quiet, it didn't need to celebrate. Some stories don't end with applause, they end with 2 people getting up slowly, walking the same road and leaving one set of footprints side by side. The tide kept rolling in, the gulls circled home. Tomorrow, someone else will sit on that old bench, never knowing how many promises its weathered boards have carried. If they listen closely, they might hear nothing at all, and that's the beautiful part. Some of the truest love stories are held by the quiet places and never tell a soul. Sunday dinner stretched later than usual. The curry simmered low while Aunt Joyce kept telling stories everyone already knew by heart. Children chased each other through the yard, their laughter floating above the clatter of plates. You caught my eye across the table, just a glance, the kind that says more than a whole conversation. When everyone stood to clear the dishes, you whispered, "Come walk with me." Nobody noticed when our chairs stayed empty. Some moments don't ask permission, they slip quietly between ordinary minutes, changing everything without making a sound. Nobody saw us leave past the old breadfruit tree, down the narrow lane where bougainvillea leaned over broken fences. The evening carried our names more gently than we ever could. Some stories begin with a grand entrance. Ours began when nobody was looking. Hey, we wandered toward the little harbor where fishing boats rocked against tired ropes. A man closed his cafe, stacking chairs one by one. An old vinyl record played somewhere upstairs, soft enough that the sea kept borrowing the melody. You reached into your pocket and unfolded a faded photograph of us standing outside the bus station the day before you left. I laughed. My hair was impossible. You smiled. I never noticed. I was too busy memorizing your face. The salt breeze hit. How long neither of us spoke. There are conversations that only happen when walking side by side. Eyes don't always carry what the heart can finally admit. Nobody saw us sleep, but the sea watched everything. The tide kept our secrets, the gulls never interrupted, and the evening wrapped itself around two people who had spent too many years pretending they had nothing left to say. By the time we turned back, the first porch lights had begun glowing across the neighborhood. Music drifted from a passing taxi. Someone nearby was grilling corn over charcoal, and the smell carried us back to summers when tomorrow felt endless. You stopped outside my gate, reached into your pocket again. This belongs with you. It was the tiny brass key to the first apartment we shared. I kept it all these years, you said, not because I thought you'd come back, because I couldn't throw away the place where I became myself. I closed my hand around it, it wasn't heavy. Memory never ends until you hold it again. People always ask when love changed us. Truth is, it wasn't one big moment. It was borrowed umbrellas, missed buses, shared mangoes, late night phone calls and quiet walks. Nobody thought were important enough to remember. Those ordinary evenings built a life stronger than the dramatic ones. Nobody saw us leave, and maybe that's why the memory stayed so clear. No applause, no photographs, no audience, just footsteps finding the same rhythm again. When we walked back, the family looked up like we'd leave. But somehow everyone could tell we hadn't returned the same people. The brass key rests now in the little bowl beside my front door. It doesn't open any house anymore, only a story. And every Sunday when laughter fills the yard again, I sometimes catch your eye across the table. We smile, not because we're planning to leave, but because we remember the evening when nobody saw us leave. When somehow we finally found our way back to each other. The same blue bicycle, ringing his bell before the hill turns steep. Most mornings he leaves nothing for me, just a wave and yesterday's newspaper tucked beneath my arm. But that Wednesday he called my name twice. The envelope carried your handwriting, a little slower than I remembered, like every mile between us had settled inside each letter. I didn't open it right away. I made tea, watered the potted basil, listened to rain tapping softly across the zinc roof. Some words deserve a quiet room. Can weigh more than a suitcase. Hope has its own kind of gravity. I folded your letter before I folded the washing, not to hide the words, to keep them warm. The paper still carried a trace of cedar, and somewhere between the ink I found the voice I've been pretending I could no longer hear. They wrote about ordinary things, the tiny apartment with windows facing the train tracks, the cafe owner who always burned your toast, the pair of shoes you kept repairing because I once said they look lucky. Halfway down the page the writing changed, smaller, less certain. You crossed out a sentence, then wrote beneath it, I've learned that pride is expensive. It kept me away longer than distance ever did. I rested the letter on my lap. The kettle had gone cold, so had my excuses. Some apologies arrived polished, yours arrived honest. There's a difference you can feel before you finish reading. I folded your letter along the same old lines. It fit perfectly inside the cookbook where I'd hidden every birthday card you ever gave me. Some people keep photographs, I kept handwriting because ink doesn't forget the hand that shaped it. Sunday came bright with church bells drifting through open windows. After service I walked to the little cafe near the harbor. The owner smiled, your usual. I nodded, then heard a chair slide gently across the floor. I wasn't sure you'd come. Neither was I. You looked up, eyes searching mine, like someone returning to a house they once called home. I reached into my handbag and placed your folded letter between our cups. I brought this, you smiled, I hoped you would. No speeches, no rehearsed forgiveness, just two people reading each other's faces instead of old mistakes. Time doesn't erase love, it changes the questions we ask when we were younger. I wanted promises now. I'd rather have someone who tells the truth, even when it arrives later. A folded letter can't turn back the years, but it can become the bridge two careful hearts are finally willing to cross. Oh, I folded your letter one last time before placing it back into your hands. You keep it now. I said we don't need paper to carry this anymore. Outside a breeze wandered in from the sea. Somebody's radio played an old lovers rock tune. The waitress refilled our cups without interrupting. And for the first time in longer, in either of us could measure, the silence between us felt like company, not distance. Back home, the mailbox stands beside the hibiscus hedge, waiting for another morning. Maybe another letter, maybe not. Some messages finish their journey long before they're open. That one read the moment I realized I wasn't folding away the past. I wasn't carefully unfolding a life still waiting for us.
Church bells drift through the open shutters, mixing with the smell of fresh cocoa tea and bread warming in the little bakery down the hill. Mama hums while pressing her church dress. Children race past the gate, chasing a football. Their shoes raising little clouds along the dusty lane. I always set 2 cups on the table. Habit is a quiet thing, it never asks whether anyone is coming. Outside the almond tree hardly moves, like even the wind doesn't want the morning to hurry. Sundays feel borrowed, you keep telling yourself just one more minute, as though the clock might decide to be kind. Sundays stay too long, stretching golden light across the veranda floor. Every hour carried your name without saying it aloud. The afternoon refused to leave like it knew I wasn't ready for another goodbye. After service, I walked the longer road home, past Miss Eleanor's cafe, where the coffee always smells stronger than anyone's willpower. She smiled when she saw me, the usual seat. I nodded, she didn't ask why I kept choosing the chair facing the street. Halfway through my tea, an old Lovers Rock record crackled through the speakers. The needle skipped once, then carried on. Funny how even music knows how to recover. I tucked that thought away without realizing I need it later. Healing doesn't arrive wearing bright colors. Sometimes it slips quietly beside you, looking exactly like another ordinary Sunday. Sundays stay too long, holding shadows against the garden wall. The sea breeze wandered slowly, lifting the curtain like someone about to knock. Hope can be stubborn, it keeps setting the table long after reason has cleared the dishes. The gate clicked just as the evening turned amber. I thought it was the wind, then I heard your voice. I almost turned back. You stood there holding a paper bag from the bakery. The cinnamon rolls always sold out before I got here. Today I was early, I laughed, you finally learned. You shrugged, it only took me a few years. We sat together without rushing the silence. The tea had gone cold, the conversation hadn't. You reached across the table, not for my hand, for the empty cup. I think this one was always meant for me. People talk about miracles as though they only happen inside churches, but I've seen one wear dusty shoes, carry warm bread, and apologize without decorating the truth. Love grows older if it's fortunate, it also grows gentler. Not every return needs an explanation. Sometimes showing up is the sentence. Both hearts have been waiting to hear. Sundays stay too long, and for once I was grateful. The evening slowed just enough for laughter to find its old seat again. The neighbors waved from their verandas. A passing taxi played music with the windows down. The sky folded itself into soft orange over the sea. When the first stars appeared, I looked across the table. The second cup was finally empty. Not because time had healed everything, because two people had finally stayed long enough to begin again. Tomorrow will be Monday, laundry will wait. The market will open, life will hurry like it always does. But somewhere inside me, this Sunday kept a promise. The calendar just a little longer. Long enough for both of us to come home. Long enough for both of us. Kingston had just finished arguing with the rain. Water slipped from the verandas, running down the gutters like it had somewhere to be. A route taxi hissed past my corner, its radio suddenly losing the station we both liked. The city kept moving and somehow didn't. I stood beneath the little cafe awning, wrapping both hands around a mug gone warm. The lady behind the counter asked if I wanted another. I almost answered for two. Instead I smiled and watched your chair stay empty. Funny how a place can keep your outline. Even after footsteps fade, a room still remembers which direction you used to laugh. When Kingston fell silent, I finally heard my own heart speaking, not loudly, just enough to tell me love isn't measured by how tightly we hold on, but by the kindness we leave behind. The sea kept breathing, so did I. So did I. Back home, the windows were open, the curtains wandered with the evening breeze, and an old Lovers Rock record circled beneath the soft crackle. Your favorite side, the one you'd flip before it finished. There was still cinnamon on the kitchen shelf from the buns you promised to bake and never found the Sunday for. I laughed to myself. You always did leave recipes unfinished. Some memories arrive wearing tears, others borrow your smile first. Healing doesn't knock, it walks in quietly, carrying ordinary moments until one day they no longer feel heavy. When Kingston fell silent, I finally heard tomorrow calling. The church bells drifted over rooftops, washed clean by rain. The evening folded itself around me, not asking me to forget, only inviting me to keep walking. The sea kept breathing, so did I. Market morning came brighter than expected. Miss Ivy slipped 2 mangoes into my bag for someone special, she asked with a grin. I looked up, then answered, for whoever visits. That surprised even me on the walk home. Children chased a football between little puddles, laughing so hard they forgot who was winning. I realized I spent too long trying to keep yesterday alive, while today had been waiting patiently outside my gate. People think love ends when voices disappear. I don't believe that anymore. Sometimes it changes address, sometimes it lives inside recipes, old records, shared jokes, the empty chair you stop fearing, and the woman who learned she can smile without asking permission. When Kingston fell silent, it wasn't the ending I imagined. It became the quiet where new songs could grow. The streets found their rhythm again. Fishing boats returned with dawn. Neighbors called across the fences. Someone laughed 3 houses away. I picked up the record, turned it over, and let the next side play. This time I sang every word, not because nothing had changed, but because everything had the city found its heartbeat again. And somewhere inside it, so did I. Now whenever rain settles over Kingston, I don't rush indoors. I stand for one more minute, listen. The silence doesn't belong to loneliness anymore. It belongs to everything that stayed, everything that taught me, and every beautiful tomorrow still finding its way home.
The radio was playing low in the kitchen just after 6 on a quiet Saturday. The kettle was singing, the curtains were moving, and rain was drawing little rivers down the glass. I found that old notebook behind the cupboard, the one with the faded blue cover you liked. Inside were the words we wrote after dancing, before life started changing its mind. I smiled at the corners we folded together, the places where your handwriting crossed mine. Funny how paper can keep a promise long after people run out of time. I played our favorite record slowly, waiting for the feeling I used to know. But the song came through the speakers, and somehow it sounded like it was looking for me. I used to think memories stay still, like photographs behind a frame. But some things move quietly, some things learn how to walk away. Our song missed me while I was busy missing you. It kept playing in empty rooms, wondering what we would do. The melody remembered laughter, the words remembered our names. But somewhere between yesterday and tomorrow, I was no longer the same. Our song missed me until I finally found myself again. I passed by the little cafe near the harbor, where you always order tea with too much sugar. The old man by the window still tells stories about boats returning before the weather turns. He asked me, where is your friend who always sang? I laughed softly, I think he's somewhere finding his own way. He nodded like he understood something I was still learning to say. Outside, the fishermen pulled their ropes in silence. The morning smelled like salt and fresh bread. A child ran barefoot beside his mother, laughing like the world had no regrets. And suddenly I noticed the street was still beautiful, even without your footsteps beside mine. Baby, love doesn't disappear completely. Maybe it changes its clothes. Maybe it leaves the front door quietly and opens another can't stop reaching back. I learned some chapters are precious, even when they end their track. Our song missed me until I finally came back to myself. Last Sunday after dinner with my family, my sister found the photograph in the drawer, the one from the day we danced in the garden when everybody laughed until midnight. She looked at me and waited for sadness. Instead I smiled, not because nothing happened, but because something did. You were a beautiful season, a place I once lived, a story I still carry, but no longer need to chase. I placed the photograph beside the window where the afternoon light could touch it gently. Some memories don't need closing doors, they only need a peaceful place to rest. I spent so many nights asking the silence why you weren't standing here, but silence never promised me answers, it only gave me space to hear. And somewhere between forgiveness and acceptance, I found the woman I forgot to be, the one who laughed before the goodbye, the one who dreamed before the tears, the one who knew a heart can remember love without living inside the past. Our song missed me, but I don't miss who I was, the girl who waited by the window, holding on because she was afraid to trust. Now when the record stops spinning, I don't turn the volume down. I let the memories fill the room, then I let them leave without a sound. Our song missed me, and I finally heard what it was saying. Not every beautiful melody is meant to play forever. Some songs come into our lives to teach us how to sing again. So if you hear that old record someday, and the needle finds that familiar place, know that somewhere in a quiet Caribbean morning, I smiled, not because I forgot, because I remember, and it no longer hurt the same. Tree still stands by the roadside where the children used to gather after school. Its branches lean a little lower now, like they have stories they are ready to tell. I walked past there last Sunday morning after buying flowers from the market square. The woman at the fruit stall called my name, said, "Girl, I haven't seen you around here." I smiled and touched the tree's rough bark, feeling the places where we carved our initials. The rain had washed away the letters years ago, but somehow the memory stayed visible. A little cafe played an old record nearby, the same kind of song we used to dance to. And for a moment I was standing between yesterday and today. Funny how a place can keep a secret, even when people leave. Some memories don't ask permission, they simply return with the breeze. The mango tree remembered, even I tried not to look back. It remembered your laughter in the afternoon, your footsteps along the garden path. It remembered two young hearts believing every road will lead us home. But some things grow in different directions, like branches reaching for the unknown. The mango tree remembered, and somehow, so did I. My mother found the old photograph yesterday, hidden between pages of a family Bible. The corners were worn from being held too often. The colors faded but the smiles remained. She looked at me and laughed softly. You both were always talking, I said. We had so many things to say. She shook her head. No, you had someone who listened. I carried that photograph to the veranda, where Sunday dinners used to last until sunset. The plates would stay on the table, and nobody wanted the evening to finish. I realized something while watching the children play. Not every beautiful thing is meant to stay the same. Some memories are not doors, they are windows. I spent years asking questions that had no answer. Then one quiet morning, I stopped needing one. The mango tree remembered, but it never asked me to return. It held the stories we created and the lessons we had to learn. It remembered every promise, every whispered dream beneath its shade. But even roots must understand that seasons change. The mango tree remembered, and I finally let it breathe. Years later I saw you near the harbor, standing beside the boats before the tide came in. For a second, neither of us knew what to say. Then you smiled, the same small smile that always arrived before your words. You asked, do you still walk past the mango tree? I laughed. Sometimes you look toward the water. Me too. We talked about ordinary things, your sister's new house, my mother's garden, the neighbor who still sings too loudly on Sundays. And somehow the years between us became smaller without disappearing. I used to think goodbye meant losing something. Now I know better. Some people leave your hands, but they don't leave your story. They become part of the road behind you, a chapter you don't tear out, a song you don't have to replay every night. Because growing means accepting that love can be real, even when it changes shape. The mango tree remembered, and I remember too. Not only the days we shared, but the woman I became after you. The roots are still beneath the ground, the branches still reach for the sky. And when the afternoon rain falls, I don't wonder why. Some things are meant to return, some things are meant to remain. Some things live quietly forever in the places that knew our names. The mango tree remembered, and I remember too. Not only the days we shared, but the woman I became after you. The roots are still beneath the ground, the branches still reach for the sky. And when the afternoon rain falls, I don't wonder why. Some things are meant to return, some things are meant to remain. Some things live quietly forever in the places that knew our name. The mango tree remembered, and I finally understood. 'cause memories are not anchors, they are gardens, and some flowers bloom long after the hands that planted them have moved on.
You are an internationally respected Jamaican lovers rock songwriter, female vocal producer, and emotional storyteller. Write a song that feels lived, personal and deeply human, as if a real Caribbean woman is telling a chapter of her life. I know this woman. Never write generic AI love lyrics. I love you forever. My heart belongs to you. You are my sunshine. Hold me tight, my king, my queen, my baby. Paradise, moonlight love, island breeze, yeah, yeah. Use authentic details naturally. Old letters, cafes, Sunday dinners, rain-ons in cruise, market mornings, taxi rides, family memories, old photographs, neighborhood sounds. I love you forever. My heart belongs to you. You are my sunshine. Hold me tight, my king, my queen, my baby. Paradise, moonlight love, island breeze, yeah, yeah. Use authentic details. Use authentic details naturally. Old letters, cafes, Sunday dinners, rain-ons in grooves, market mornings, taxi rides, family memories, old photographs, neighborhood sounds. I love you forever. I love you forever. I love you forever. You are an internationally respected Jamaican lovers rock songwriter. You are a legendary Jamaican lovers rock songwriter and female writer, timeless female lovers rock reggae song that feels real, personal and deeply human. Not like AI generated. I love you forever. My heart belongs to you. You are my sunshine. Hold me tight, my king, my queen, my baby. Paradise, moonlight love, island breeze, coffee cups, old letters, family memories, cafes, rain-ons, zinc roofs, market mornings, taxi rides, old photographs, neighbors. neighborhood sounds. Write like a real woman, remembering a meaningful chapter of her life. Use natural speech, emotional pauses, imperfect rhymes, and I love you forever. My heart belongs to you. You are my sunshine. Hold me tight, my king, my queen, my baby, paradise, moonlight love, island breeze. First person, Black Caribbean woman. First person. You are a legendary Jamaican lovers, rock songwriter, and female lovers. First person, Black Caribbean woman. First person. First person. First person, Black Caribbean woman. First person, Black Caribbean woman. First person. First person. First person, Black Caribbean woman. First person. First person, Black Caribbean woman.